Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Digital Nomad World Weekly Series. I'm Becky, and I'll be your host. And today we're going to be talking about going on a workation with Digital Nomad World with my guest, Melania Manzone. Melania, welcome to the
Hello,
show.
everyone. Hello.
Melania, I'm so excited because you went on a workation with Digital Nomad World. And actually, I've never been able to speak with anyone about a direct workation experience, but excited to share what we offer here at Digital Nomad World and hear about how it went for
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely. It was great. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, thank you for coming. And I first want to ask, because it always puts things into perspective, can you share with us your background as a digital nomad and how you got started on that journey?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, like I started working in IT more or less like 4 to 5 years ago, because just I wanted to change my life. I was a nurse before, so like a complete different life. That was my previous life. And now that I'm living like my second life into IT, I started to work remotely mostly because of COVID, actually. And when I went back in Italy from London, I was kind of hybrid. So working, a little bit from home, a little bit from the office. I quite liked it. And then I met Stefano online with my partner, not here at the moment because he's still working, unfortunately. And we started both to work like remotely because we were in different cities. So I was traveling quite a lot before moving and then decided to moving together. And when we moved together, we realized that we could actually started to work like from everywhere because we still have that freedom and, working for companies that allow us to work remotely. So we don't have flexi hours, but we can work remotely. So we thought that we could make it work and started to, just travel a little bit here and that initially, and then going for longer journeys around Europe and around the world. We actually liked it a lot. So we thought it was, a good idea just to share what we do to other people.
Yeah, I love that. And I'm wondering, so you have a blog as with your partner called Worldapalooza. And I know you focus on workations. Can you talk a little bit about what you're focusing on about the workations on the blog?
Yeah, exactly. So we're focusing on workation because it's not something that you really heard of. Normally, we hear a lot about digital nomading and traveling while working, but not a lot about the workation. The workation is something that you can do even for like a week. Going for like when you're a digital nomad, normally you travel for like months, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and then you change place, or even a year and then you change place. Going on vacation can be something like a week or a couple of weeks, like if you go, on holiday and then you put some work in it, but it's actually the other way around. So you work and then you put some holiday bits in that. So like what to do after work, or normally we talk about like workation friendly cities or areas, workation friendly, even like cafes or co-working where people can go, and just like tips on how to make your work your first workation, because there's a lot of people that work remotely but they don't know they can actually go on workation, and just like explain on how to make it work, like the right decisions to make, like example, to rent a flat with Wi-Fi. So simple, but it's something to look at, because maybe if you go to Morocco or Jordan or whatever, maybe you don't have Wi-Fi. Just to look at those little things. So, and we share also like travel tips, of course.
That's great. And like you said, I think a workation is like not as well known as an option for people. And so
Mhm.
I want to talk about our workation, not vacation, that we
Yeah.
offered for Digital Nomad World. So in August, we put out like I think it was just a post on Instagram. We were giving away a spot on our workation in Grimentz, Switzerland, which is actually right behind me. I found this. I did not
Yeah.
get to go, but this is apparently, you can confirm. Is this what Grimentz looks like?
It looked like, it looked like this.
Because
I
you
mean, the
went in the
mountains
summer.
look like this. Oh.
Yes, so we were giving this away. And actually, you and Stefano, you won the giveaway. So, like,
Great.
congratulations again.
Thank you.
Um, yeah. And so, like, you had this opportunity, which man, I don't even know how excited I would have been if that had happened to me. So, can you share with us what happened? So, you won the spot. And then, how was the preparation? And yeah, how did this workation go? And also, was it your first workation that you had been on?
Mhm. Mhm. So totally, yeah, we were super excited. You know, when you just put a comment on a giveaway and you're like, yeah, I'll just, leave a comment and this will never happen to me. But then actually we won. We were really excited. We were like, after we won, we are like, okay, but where is agreements? Like we never heard of. So we were like, where is this place? Yes. And then we noticed it was very, very far north, but no problem. We fixed that. So it wasn't our first workation because we went on in other like on other workation, but just like on our own. We weren't with others like digital nomads or professionals. We had a similar experience this summer here in Italy, in southern Italy, but we were not in a co-living. We had like our own apartment and we used to go to like co-working, but it was like a very small place, so we all knew like each other. But this was like our first organized workation in a co-living with other digital nomads, like living with them, stay with them. It was actually a great experience because it was something new that we never experienced. Or, but basically after we won, we were like, really? Like, is this for real? After we won, after some time, we got like a contact form where we put in some information, like our working hours, what we normally do, like in a day, just to give some informations, or I don't know, about a food allergy, something like that, that like the team had to know of just to get ready. And we had like more information then, closer to the date, so the precise, of course, the precise like address and time to get there and everything. But we were super excited because we didn't know what to expect and how the week were going to be. So it was actually a very cool experience. And yeah, like we didn't know initially. We didn't know. We were like, what is going to happen? Because we didn't have like all the information like about what was going to happen, during the week. That was all a surprise.
That's great too. I love surprises, but I know that even in the post for the giveaway, they were offering like a 10-hour AI course was going to be part of
Yeah.
it for your skills enhancement. And they were offering a summer activity pass. So I'm really curious about this, but I first want to ask you, how many people ended up going on this workation together?
Mhm. So we were in total, so seven. We were seven people in total, plus like the host. So we were like eight in total. We all shared one chalet, very nice chalet,
Ooh.
with a cool like living area slash co-working, with a big table, big kitchen, big sofas. We had like our like the area that we shared as a co-living, and like kitchen, living room really big. We never felt like, oh, personally, I never felt like constricted. To be there was very nice, with a very nice like mountain view. It was actually great, and we were all from like all over the world. So it was actually great to meet other people from Canada, from Germany, from England. It was really really great, and we loved it. We loved it, like to share all your, I don't know, your life and your projects and everything with them. It was actually great. And yeah, so we were offering this 10 hours AI course and the summer pass as well. The summer pass was very cool because it made us give us like discounts, for example, for the gondola to go up the mountains, which was actually very cool. We did this all together, and it was great activity to do. Um, and also the AI course was like super super great. We were not expecting something like this. It was very very cool. And we host the course basically not every day, but at the end we had like 10 hours, so it was actually like 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. And we
Okay.
did so many, it was really like hands-on, and we discovered so many things about AI that we had like no idea. All of us, we were very like curious about this AI experiments, because it's something so unknown until now.
Yeah. Did you feel that by the end of those 10 hours, you knew a lot more about it and could use it as part of your business or something going forward?
Oh yes, yes, totally, totally. Like even just like Chat GPT, we all hear about Chat GPT a lot, but then you don't know how to use it. So people is like, it's just like a chat. You can use it like to search things, but it's not like Google. You actually have to like talk to it and say, I don't know, I have this kind of business, and build this persona, that you have to talk to. It really complex, and this really powerful and really good. And we had no idea about this like early on. We were just using it as, okay, I need this and that. And and every time we were like, oh, I don't know if this works. But now we realize that, like, after the course, we realized how to use it properly, and it was actually great. But we used so many, we did like hands-on on so many tools, like image creation or email automation with AI, like responding to emails automatically with AI. It's something that is totally out of our mind. You don't even think about that it's possible, but it is. So many things. We loved it. We loved it.
Would you say that being together at the chalet helped you learn more about AI? I know you were taking a course, but did it help you learn more and a faster pace than you would at your house with
Oh,
like a YouTube video or
oh
something?
yes. Oh yes, yes, totally, totally. It was really great. And also, Frank, our course host, was really great because he built a whole story around it. Uh, it was super cool. I don't know how to explain it, because it whole like this whole story, like a fantasy story, and we had to complete like quest to go through the course. And so it was really like interactive, even like interactive with the course host, but even like in just among us, because if I didn't know something, we were just like asking the next person, and we all like helped each other. Being there in the chalet was really really helpful. It was completely different from like a normal like online course. It was 100% better, I think.
Oh,
totally.
that's so great. I love that actually we include these learning components.
Mm.
We've offered language courses in the past, and we're
Mm.
always thinking about the next kind of course. But like you said,
Mm.
AI is so useful these days, and I'm sure we need a new one because it's always updating.
Oh,
So it's
yeah.
great to hear being together in that environment helped like turbocharge your learning in some ways. Now, I'm
Yeah.
also curious about your work. So a lot of people, when they go on a workation, they're wondering, how am I going to balance it? So how much did you have to work on your own business during that week, and how much time every day did you spend working, if so?
Well, yes. So me and Stefano at the moment work for a company still. So we're not freelancers. We actually work for a company, and we have to work 8 hours a day. So
Okay.
wherever we go, we just arrange our schedule around that time, and of course, like being a freelancer is easier because you could just like stop, spend time with the rest of the group, and then work again like in the evening. For us, it was actually the other way around. So we had to work like 9 to 6, and that was fixed. Our lunchtime was pretty fixed. Fortunately, our work is quite it wasn't like really busy, so we could even like spend time with the group like during the working hours. So it was cool, but still, working for a company, you still have to, and not flexing hour, you still have to make it work. But actually we had no issues because everyone, we all knew like working hours for every one of us. So we all knew that that was timing to get up, have lunch, have some activities together, and it was still cool, totally. Because that's the thing about like workation or digital nomads. You don't necessarily have to be a freelancer or working on your own business to be a workationer or a digital nomad. You can still work for a company that offers you like flexi hours, more or less, or not, and just like make it work. Of course, it's different if you go to Mexico and you have to work like the whole night, or if you just stay like in Europe for us, and working around that schedule is actually cool. Yeah,
I
everyone
mean,
can do
I
it.
love your example because I think a lot of people are in your situation.
Mm.
And if they're lucky, they were able to start to be, work remotely, but still they have these hours. And it's great to hear that, maybe did you all share at the beginning of the week, like what your working hours had to be? And so everybody kind of
Yes,
knew when they could
exactly.
meet. Okay, that's
Yes,
great.
yeah, we all try to make the schedule work, even too, because of the AI course.
Yes.
Because it was nice like to have the AI course like in the morning, because we were like all fresh and actually focused. Because of course, if you do it in the evening, or we all were like tired, maybe just want to work for just wanted to go for a walk or something. But in the morning we were very very active, so we just made it work. Every one of us shared like the schedule, and we really tried to to arrange everything properly. Actually, the group really helped us on this, because we were the only two like working on a schedule, on a like 9 to 6. So they really really helped us on these, like choosing timing together, where when we're like we didn't have work calls or something like this. So they were really really helpful, and it was great. Like it was lovely because every one of us wanted to be there, and they were really helpful with the schedule planning and the course planning.
That's great. When did you take the AI course for you guys every day? Because I know you said you're working 9 to 6. Did you do it
Yeah.
very early in the morning?
Well, it was like starting kind of early because we have like our working calls normally in the afternoon. So we
Oh,
decided to make the to follow to do the AI course like in the morning, so we were not in our calls and we could actually like follow the course and work. We were like all over the place, but all of us do it. All of us do it. This
oh
is
yeah.
reality. We all do it. So we were just like following the course and then responding on Slack and then, keep going on with the course. But yes, so we tried to do it like in the morning, not very early, but around like 9, 10 a.m. So do a couple of hours before lunchtime when we didn't have work calls. It actually worked pretty well. So yeah, we were really
Thank you
satisfied
for
with this.
thank you for sharing that, because that's like real life, right? That's the real balance of how you have
Yes,
fun,
right.
you do a workation, and you also keep the real work going. I'm
Yeah,
curious
exactly.
about the activities, because you mentioned that you guys went to on the gondola together. What
Mm.
else did you do during that week as part of being in Grimentz?
Yeah, so we had quite a lot of hikes actually because Grimans is,
Oh,
it's a small village and also it's a small like skiing village. So apart from skiing, but there were like no snow, we could do a lot of hikes around. So if you like mountains, Grimans is perfect, and it was actually really cool because we had a great time. Uh, just the mountains around there were great. It was great for walks, and we had like even like dinners together, drinks together. And the last day we were there, there were these very important like feast in the village where they bring the cows down from the mountains. And yeah, the whole village was there, a lot of tourists, a lot of curious people, and they had like in a whole village feast with the cows, and they dress up the cows, and we were so excited, and looking forward to this. We were in there like all together taking pictures with the cows. It was absolutely great, really. um, but yes, mostly the activities we did were mostly like hiking and walking around all together. Like for lunchtime, going for a walk in the mountains was actually the best. So really, really, it was great. Yeah, but we did plan like going to, for example, we took the gondola all together at lunchtime because we had that hour, so they'd be waiting for us to go on the gondola together and go up the mountains and have a nice walk there. It was absolutely fantastic. Yeah,
it
very,
sounds so
and
beautiful.
yeah, surrounded by nature, and that was our activities. They were actually very great. And also we played like board games in the evening.
Oh,
So we had quite a few board games, so we played like board games all together, having drink, chill. It was really, really nice. Yeah.
that sounds amazing. I'm now also thinking about the food, because you're mentioning going for lunch on the gondola. Where did you usually eat, and how was the food handled on this workation?
So normally, every day, as an everyday basis, we were eating at home, just buying our grocery in the shop nearby, and cooking at home and eating at home, all of us. Then the first 2 days, 2 nights, we had some dinner out. So we had like a crepe because agreements is in the French Switzerland. So they have all the cheese, they have the crepe, and they speak French. So we were like we went for a crepe like the first night. Then the second night we had something else like meat, all together in a restaurant nearby. But then after this couple of then the last night we have like the fondue. But for the
Oh,
week, actually, oh yeah, it was great. Like, It was amazing. But then, like for the week, we were actually eating at home. Also because, and we all know this, like Switzerland is expensive. We all know it is expensive. It's not like the common digital nomad, state to go, because it's quite expensive. And we normally travel to less expensive places.
Mhm.
um, so yes, we went just for grocery shopping and cooking for our food. We had like a carbonara night, so we bought everything to make carbonara with whatever we could find, and we cooked like carbonara for the all of us. It was great. Like we had snacks to share. It was cool. But we normally had like our breakfast, lunch, dinner normally at home. Yeah, and we had space. We had enough space. We never had issues like with timings or with kitchen cooking. Um, we actually worked really well. Yeah.
Amazing. I do want to shout out our partner at ourescape.co. That was your host in Grimentz. Sounds
Yeah.
like it was a beautiful facility. How
Oh yeah,
many
yeah, yeah.
were there other people staying there besides the seven of you at that time, or were you all taking over the chalet?
Yeah, so no, it was just us. It was like just us from Digital Nomads World, staying at the chalet. So it was actually like all of us. But I know they have two chalets, but we were
Mm.
only staying in one, and they have like enough rooms and bathroom. We shared a couple of bathrooms. They were really big, and everything was actually perfect. They had like in the house everything that we needed was there. So we had everything like for the kitchen initially, because also we couldn't eat out, every day because it was expensive. So everything that we
Yeah.
needed was there, like completely. Also, we had board games. That was great. But yes, it was a very great chalet where to stay. I would recommend it if anyone is interested in taking a vacation in Switzerland. It was great.
And how would you recommend Digital Nomad World workations to people?
Oh, yes, completely. We really had a great time. Yeah, really had a great time, and it was really well organized for all of us. And we all, even like on different schedules, everything like just fits and connected with other people, like like-minded people. It was really cool, and even open, like just to connect with others, like open your mind on different projects, different lifestyles. We all had some very cool ideas while we were there, and talking to others. It was really, really great. A really, yeah, great week for like focus, even like focus. So even if we were in workation in the Alps and everything, we could focus on work and just share with others our projects and our life. It was really great. Like I think that digital nomad world, like people that follow digital nomad world that were there, they were actually like very like-minded people. It was a good, very, very, very good connections. Yeah.
That's great. Would you now I know you won this
Oh
giveaway
yeah.
workation. Would you pay Digital Nomad World to go on another workation? Do you think it's worth
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I
you
think
got
it's
it
worth
sounds like
it.
you got a lot
Yeah.
of value from what you're describing. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. Totally, totally. We will totally do it. Yeah. It was
yeah.
great. Even if in another place, if we could, organize another workation somewhere else, we will totally join it. It was totally worth it. Mm-mm.
I love this idea of the Swiss chalet. Wow, that's hard to say. But I know that we're always looking for new locations. So if you go
Mm.
on to digitalnomads.world, you will always see the next place that we're planning, and always be
Nice.
checking because we will just suddenly announce it.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I think Swiss Chalet is one of the best places you could, like you said, focus, go on those hikes. I really hope we offer this again next summer, even maybe a winter version. That would be even more cozy.
Nice.
Where would you like to take a workation if you could choose the location in that same kind of group style?
Wow. um, all of us, like within the group, all of us were really interested, like in hikes and nature. We were really like-minded on this. So I think a place that could offer both. So yes, like a nice place where we could like go out and eating something, drinking, having a nice night out, but even a place where you could hike and see very beautiful and natural places, mountains, waterfall, or whatever. So something a bit, I don't know, maybe something like Madeira or something like this. It will be, I think, great. It has both. Or like the Canary Islands have both. I'm just thinking about the first places that comes up to my mind, but I
Oh
know there
yeah,
are
we're
hundreds and
listening.
hundreds of places where to go, of course.
Yes.
Um, yeah, something in between was really cool. The chalet was great because we could focus. I don't know that the surrounding, the environment in the chalet, like looking outside, it has this like these really big windows. Looking outside the window, you could see this beautiful mountain. And the last day, actually, we found out like we found some snow up the mountains. It was so good. Like when you wake up and you just like waking up like that, you look outside and you see these beautiful mountains there. We were just like, it was stunning. It was great,
Oh,
really. So
amazing.
some place where we could do both, like even like I don't know, and nightlife and hikes. It would be very cool.
Okay, this sounds great. My final question to you is, how do you rate the experience of going on a workation by yourself with your partner versus
Mhm.
meeting these people from around the world and doing a group workation?
Oh well, I think group workation is way more well. Going on vacation with my partner, it is great, absolutely. I love it because we're just like together, we travel and we do, when you're like on your own, of course you just arrange your own schedule and do, like whatever. Like if a day you want to wake up at midday is fine. You can still do so. But going on a workation with a group, it was a very, very good experience. And it was the first time for us being in a co-living, like sharing actually the place where you stay, where you live with other people. We really, really loved it. It's different from the usual vacation that we take, but sharing your ideas with others and your day with other people, it was really, really, truly amazing. Yeah, we really loved it. Rating, I think, well, it's different, but if I have to if I'm giving like a 10 to workation with Digital Nomads World, I will give me and my partner workation like, I don't know, a 8.5, like a 9. It's just one step below. I
Okay.
cannot say less. I cannot say less because I can't. But, but yes, it was really, really, truly amazing to share, you know everything with others and the space. And yeah, and the group, the group that were there was actually really, like, I don't know, we connected really well, we worked really well together. So yes, a very, very positive experience.
Have you stayed in touch with them? I think it's been about 2 months since your
Yeah,
workation.
Oh yes, actually yes. Like we have contacts from everyone. So we, of course, we watch like stories on Instagram and stuff. But yes, yes, we do keep in touch.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Melania, thank you so much for sharing your experience. You've
Thank
made
you.
me want to join a group workation. I still haven't done it yet. So, hey, let's
Oh
check out what the
yes.
future of digital
Oh
nomad world
yes.
has. um, if people want to follow you, where can they go, Melania, and see your next workations?
Oh yes. So we have different socials active. So we have Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. The most active one at the moment is Instagram. So if they want to follow us, Instagram will be always updated. And but we also have, as you mentioned earlier, we also have our blog, which is like a workation and travel blog. So we both share like travel tips and workation tips. So we both
Amazing. And
of
that is at Worldapalooza,
oh
I
yeah,
know, for
Worldapalooza.
Instagram. And what is the
Yeah,
blog? What is
it's
the website?
Worldapalooza.net. It's
.net. Okay.
Worldapalooza.net.
We're going to put that also in the description below when we
Oh
post.
yeah,
So, yeah. Thank you
totally.
again, Melania,
Thank
for
you.
letting us know about your experience. And I look forward to seeing where you go next on a workation.
Oh yes, yes, it will be. I don't know where it will be, but we will discover it together. Who knows?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was amazing. Thanks for your time.